Welcome to the Switzerland. In this video we are discussing Biography of Switzerland. Switzerland, nestled in the heart of Europe, has a rich and complex history that has shaped its identity as a unique political entity. This biography of Switzerland traces the development of the country from its early settlements to its status as a model of neutrality, direct democracy, and multiculturalism. Key events, figures, and milestones are essential in understanding Switzerland's journey to becoming one of the most prosperous and peaceful nations in the world. Early history and the formation of cantons. Switzerland's history begins with the early Celtic tribes, particularly the Helvetii, who inhabited the region during the Iron Age. Around 58 BCE, the Helvetii attempted to migrate southward but were defeated by Julius Caesar during his Gallic Wars, resulting in Roman occupation. Switzerland remained under Roman rule for centuries, integrating into the empire as part of the province of Gallia Belgica. The Roman influence was instrumental in shaping early infrastructure, culture, and trade. After the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE, the area became fragmented, falling under various Germanic tribes, including the Alemanni and the Burgundians. By the Middle Ages, Switzerland was a patchwork of small territories under the Holy Roman Empire's suzerainty. The local nobility held power, and cities like Zurich, Geneva, and Bern began to grow as centers of commerce and governance. The formation of Switzerland as a confederation dates back to 1291, a pivotal moment when three rural communities, Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden, formed an alliance to defend their rights and autonomy against the powerful Habsburg dynasty. This agreement, known as the Federal Charter, Bundesbrief, laid the foundation for what would become the Swiss Confederation. The alliance was further strengthened in the coming centuries as more cantons joined, seeking to preserve their independence in a period marked by feudal conflicts and regional power struggles. The Old Swiss Confederacy and independence. During the 14th and 15th centuries, the Swiss Confederacy began to expand both territorially and politically. The Confederates achieved several military successes, most notably at the battles of Morgarten, 1315, and Sempach, 1386, where they defeated the Habsburg armies, solidifying their autonomy. By the late 15th century, the Swiss had expanded their control over key regions, including the wealthy cities of Lucerne, Zurich, and Bern. One of the most important events in Swiss history is the Swabian War of 1499, in which the Swiss successfully defended their independence from the Holy Roman Empire. The Treaty of Basel, signed after the war, marked the formal recognition of Swiss autonomy by the empire, although full independence was not officially recognized until the Peace of Westphalia in 1648. The period of the Old Swiss Confederacy is also notable for its unique form of governance. Unlike many European states of the time, which were monarchies or duchies, Switzerland developed a decentralized system in which each canton retained significant autonomy. This form of governance, with decisions made through assemblies and councils, laid the groundwork for Switzerland's later development as a model of direct democracy. The Protestant Reformation and religious conflicts. The 16th century brought significant religious changes to Switzerland with the advent of the Protestant Reformation. The teachings of Martin Luther and John Calvin found fertile ground in the country, particularly in the cities of Zurich and Geneva. Huldrych Zwingli, a priest in Zurich, became a leading figure in the Swiss Reformation, advocating for religious and social reforms that included the rejection of the Catholic Church's authority and practices such as the veneration of saints and the Mass. Geneva, under the influence of John Calvin, became a theocratic city-state and a hub for Protestant reformers across Europe. Calvin's strict theological views, known as Calvinism, spread widely and influenced Protestant movements in France, the Netherlands, and Scotland. The Reformation, however, also brought conflict. Switzerland became deeply divided between Protestant and Catholic cantons, leading to several religious wars. The Kappel Wars, 1529 and 1531, were particularly significant, with the Protestant forces led by Zwingli ultimately being defeated. Despite these conflicts, Switzerland avoided the widespread religious wars that devastated other parts of Europe during the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648. The religious divisions persisted, but Switzerland's federal structure allowed for relative peace by permitting each canton to determine its own religious orientation. The Napoleonic era and the Swiss Confederation. The late 18th and early 19th centuries were a tumultuous period for Switzerland. The French Revolution and the subsequent Napoleonic Wars had a profound impact on the country. In 1798, French revolutionary forces invaded Switzerland, leading to the establishment of the Helvetic Republic, a centralized state imposed by France. The new republic abolished the traditional cantonal autonomy, leading to widespread discontent among the Swiss population. The Helvetic Republic was short-lived, and in 1803, Napoleon issued the Act of Mediation, which restored a measure of cantonal autonomy and re-established Switzerland as a confederation. However, the experience of French domination left a lasting impact on Swiss politics, and the country would spend much of the 19th century grappling with questions of federalism and centralization. The Congress of Vienna, 1815, which redrew the map of Europe after Napoleon's defeat, reaffirmed Switzerland's neutrality and independence. It also granted Switzerland its current borders, including the addition of new cantons such as Valais, Neuchâtel, and Geneva. Neutrality and the birth of modern Switzerland. Switzerland's commitment to neutrality was solidified in the 19th century. During the Napoleonic Wars, Switzerland's geographical position made it a strategic area, but its pledge to remain neutral became a cornerstone of its foreign policy. In 1815, the Congress of Vienna recognized Switzerland's permanent neutrality, a status the country has maintained through the turbulent events of European history. The mid-19th century was also marked by internal strife, particularly the Sonderbund War of 1847, a brief civil war between the Protestant liberal cantons and the conservative Catholic cantons. The Liberals emerged victorious, leading to the drafting of a new federal constitution in 1848, which established Switzerland as a federal state with a central government while preserving significant autonomy for the cantons. This constitution also laid the foundation for the country's system of direct democracy, allowing citizens to vote on important issues through referendums and initiatives. The World Wars and Switzerland's neutrality. Switzerland's neutrality was tested during both World War I and World War II. In World War I, Switzerland managed to stay out of the conflict, despite its location in the heart of Europe. The war did, however, exacerbate tensions between the country's French-speaking and German-speaking populations as public opinion was divided on the conflict. During World War II, Switzerland again remained neutral, although it was surrounded by Axis powers. The Swiss military mobilized to defend the country, and while Switzerland avoided direct invasion, its neutrality was controversial. The country traded with both the Allies and Axis powers, and there were accusations of complicity with Nazi Germany, particularly in financial dealings. However, Switzerland also became a haven for refugees, and Swiss humanitarian organizations, including the International Committee of the Red Cross, played a crucial role in aiding victims of the war. Post-war prosperity and modern Switzerland. After World War II, Switzerland experienced rapid economic growth and became one of the wealthiest nations in the world. The country's banking sector, renowned for its discretion and stability, became a global financial hub. Switzerland also played a key role in international diplomacy, hosting numerous international organizations, including the United Nations in Geneva. Switzerland's unique system of governance, which includes a rotating presidency and a multi-party federal council, has contributed to its political stability. The country is known for its direct democracy, with regular referendums on various political and social issues. This system has allowed Swiss citizens to have a direct say in matters ranging from immigration policy to environmental protection. Switzerland remains famously neutral, staying out of the European Union despite being located at its heart, although it has close economic ties to the bloc. The country is also a member of numerous international organizations, including the United Nations, the World Trade Organization, and the Schengen Agreement, which facilitates passport-free travel across much of Europe. Conclusion. Switzerland's history is a story of survival, resilience, and adaptability. From its early days as a collection of mountain communities seeking to preserve their autonomy, Switzerland has emerged as a symbol of neutrality, democracy, and stability. Its ability to navigate religious conflicts, foreign invasions, and internal strife, while maintaining a commitment to independence,